Good morning, and thank you so much for wanting to learn with us. What a fall we are starting to enjoy. There's lots to share today, and our next fun Zoom, if you want to save the date, will be October 19th because Sandy and I will be in Italy those first couple weekends. So we don't want to mess up our Zoom, but it'll be a little bit later that month, October 19th. And Sandy Curtis, our women's health nurse practitioner, will start us off today. Take it away, Sandy.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon or evening, whenever you are listening to this. So I've been thinking, we were just talking before we started this recording, that the seasons are definitely changing and we're all feeling it. And not only is it a temperature change, but it really is causing me to reset a lot of my favorite scents. And I don't know, I'm wondering if anybody else feels that too. In the summer, I can't get enough of the florals with flowers in my yard and those same beautiful aromas diffusing in my house. But now I find that I'm really drawn back to the citrus, the spice, and the woodsy favorites that I have enjoyed in the past. And I'm curious what your favorite diffusing oils are right now. I love getting inspiration from our oil community. So anytime that you can share those with us, I enjoy that. Now, speaking of diffusing, we have had a lot of visitors here at home over the last couple of months. And this little beauty has gotten a lot of notice, much more than my larger countertop diffusers around the house. So what I was really excited to tell you about today is that we have a couple new additions to our lineup of starter kits that are called the Rescent Your Home Kit. And there are two. One is called the Citrus Bundle, and one is the Forest Bundle. So each bundle comes with two of those wall diffusers. So you get a box like this. This has one of those wall diffusers like I just showed you. This one I just took off my wall in my hallway, already plugged in with my oil bottle going in it. But you'll get two of these and 4 oil blends to get you started using them. And the wonderful thing about these is that they're available to all of us, as well as your friends who are just getting started with doTERRA. So as well as being a starter kit, we can take advantage of it too. So in the citrus bundle, you're going to get these blends. First of all, you get Citrus Bliss, doTERRA's invigorating blend. This one is wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, bergamot, red mandarin, green mandarin, lime, and litsea oils, excuse me, with tonka bean and vanilla absolutes added in to sort of round out that scent. Looking at its chemical constituents, it is rich in limonene and has potent cleansing properties. So not only is it uplifting, but think about it as cleansing the air in your home at the same time. The second oil in that bundle is Citrus Bloom, just in case you're not quite ready to let summertime go yet. So this one marries that aroma of the citrus zest with the freshly cut scent of flowers. It's wild orange and grapefruit oils with lavender, Roman chamomile, and magnolia oils. And it's such an inviting scent for your home. What a nice way to welcome people. The third one in that pack is Super Mint. So crisp and clean. It has peppermint, Japanese mint, bergamot mint, and spearmint essential oils that really make this a super refreshing blend that is really awesome for mental focus. And another bonus is that it helps freshen your breath, and it can be taken internally to support a healthy digestive system. So that one is really a super win oil. And then one of my favorites, the fourth oil in that pack, is bergamot. Now this one is unique among our citrus oils because It creates not only an uplifting, but a calming environment. It really has both of those actions. And it may also support a healthy nervous system, calm your digestive system, and promote healthy metabolism when it's taken internally. Thanks again to that limonene, which is one of its primary chemical constituents. I love understanding the chemistry behind the bottle. I know that both of you ladies do as well. So we can really choose how we're going to impact ourselves and our home environments and our families. Now, my favorite place for this diffuser is right in my entryway mudroom. It's motion activated. So anyone that enters my home is greeted with several puffs of whatever scent I have going at the moment. And I don't have to remember to refill it, add water, reset it every day. It just keeps working for me all the day until that bottle is empty. But it lasts a long time. I think I have not changed this bottle in a couple months. So with 270 drops in your big bottles, it really lasts a good long time. So that's your first Rescent Your Home bundle, but there's more. There's a second one as well called the Forest Bundle. And you'll also get 4 different oils to help really immerse you in nature. Now, I heard something recently that I absolutely loved in an interview. What they said is the forest is your therapist. And I had to go home and I had to write it down right away because I really loved that thought and that line. The forest is your therapist. And when you can't get out for that much needed walk in the forest, you can let one of your oils take you there. So in this bundle, the first one you get is Northern Escape. It's the Woodland blend. And this one is a combination of black spruce, Siberian fir, balsam fir, cedar wood, cypress, frankincense, clove essential oils, and more. And it really creates just a beautiful outdoor feeling. Now, this one is high in the chemical constituent alpha pinene, and it brings you a relaxing environment. So again, think about that walk in the woods and how that makes you feel. It also contains bornyl acetate, which is a natural chemical component that gives fir trees their beautiful aroma, and it is a beneficial cleaning agent according to research. So you're going to love this one for diffusing, applying it topically, or using it as a surface cleaner in your home. Now, the second oil in that bundle is one we all know and love, lavender. Lavender is known by many for bringing calm and peace to our busy minds. And it's also wonderful on skin imperfections and irritations. One of the reasons I love to keep it in my kitchen all the time, in case I burn myself while I'm cooking. It is truly the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, and one that you've got to have in your home. The third oil in that bundle is eucalyptus. Now, I learned in my reading that doTERRA has selected 5 unique species of eucalyptus to create our own proprietary eucalyptus blend. And this is to achieve the real chemical constituency and the potency that we are looking for. Now, the primary chemical component in this species is eucalyptol, or 1,8-cineol. And this is where our eucalyptus blend gets many of its benefits. It can be revitalizing, like a walk in the woods, and it also has those cleansing properties. And last but not least is Shinrin Yoku. Now, Shinrin Yoku, or forest bathing, is the mindful practice of absorbing the calming atmosphere of natural places like the forest. This practice was originated and was named in Japan back in the early 1980s as a process for disconnecting from technology to relax and unwind. And decades of research and recent studies have shown us that being mindfully immersed in a forest likely has some pretty amazing health and well-being benefits. So this blend is rich in terpenes. Those are the chemical compounds which, when we diffuse them, they promote a calming environment, allowing us to slow down, to focus, and to feel more centered. So you get to choose your theme. $155 is the wholesale price for 2 of these diffusers and your selection of the 4 oils, either the citrus bundle or the forest bundles. I'm actually thinking about getting both bundles so that I have a couple of those diffusers for holiday gifts and maybe a couple more for me. Now, when you look in your doTERRA page, you will only find those bundles listed under starter kits. So take a look and think about adding one to your loyalty order. Now, for my DIY this month, I made a shoe deodorizer spray, something I was thinking about the other day as I came in from a walk. So every now and then you have that pair of much loved shoes or sneakers that really needs a pick-me-up. So to a 10-ounce spray bottle, and I know I've shown this one before, this is my favorite, partly because it has a really nice fine mist, but also I can just add it to my doTERRA order. So it's super easy to do, and I'll get a couple of those on when you order that. So a 10-ounce spray bottle. And if you have other bottles, you can also use, like, this is a nice glass bottle too that would work really well for this recipe. You're going to put 4 ounces of witch hazel. And as I always explain, that is to kind of help to keep your oils combined with the water. It helps to keep them from separating so much. 4 ounces of distilled water. And then you're going to start adding some oils. So I added to that bottle 15 drops of peppermint oil, 10 drops of tea tree oil. So think about this. You're not only covering up smells, this is actually a great antifungal. So you're actually doing something when you spray this into your shoes. 6 drops of, where is my eucalyptus? 6 drops of eucalyptus oil. And you just learned about some of those cleansing properties of eucalyptus. And 3 drops of thyme oil. And thyme is also a really powerful antimicrobial oil. So think about what you're doing when you spray this into those sweaty shoes. Then you're just going to take it, shake it really well before each use, spritz the inside of the shoes all the way down to the toes and allow them to dry overnight. And this would also be great for sports equipment, like think about yoga mats and things like that. So this is a great all-around cleansing spray, not necessarily just for the inside of your shoes. Well, I hope you get to try this one. Enjoy that one. And I will now hand you over to the wonderful Dr. Marie Summers.
Good morning, everybody. Sandy, thank you so much. I need to call you ahead of time of these calls because you pronounce the chemical constituents so well. And I'm like, on some of them. You just do a fantastic job. Thank you. So I have the pleasure today about talking about the Melissa oil, which I have here, and Guaiacwood. First, I'm going to talk about Melissa. This is an oil that I had actually forgot about. I had some in my kit, but it's one of those ones that's not out regularly. So I was really excited to become refamiliar with it, I guess I'll say. And although it's not a really well-known oil, it's been used for hundreds of years. And in the 14th century, it was included in tonic water by the Carmelite nuns. And there was this famed philosopher in the 16th century. He was a physician and a botanist named Paracelsus. I'm sure some of you have heard of him before. And he called Melissa the elixir of life. And then in the 17th century, there was a writer and a gardener named John Evelyn. And he described Melissa, and the other name, which I'll tell you in a second, as the sovereign of the brain. And when you hear about the chemical constituents of this, you'll understand why. So it's really good for days when you are just having some of those moments of where you put your keys, or some of those fun things that we go through, for me, on a daily basis. The other name, and you might even be growing it, some of you, is called lemon balm. I have it in my garden. I make tea out of it all the time. Now, granted, we're blessed by the research and the whole process that doTERRA does for us in the oil, but to have it in my garden and then have the concentrated is just, for me, like very delicious. So it's a member of the mint family. And the oil is made by extracting from the leaves. It's steam distilled, the leaves and the flowers. It's known for antibacterial, antispasmodic. And when you're having one of those days that you just feel like you need a little lift me up, so a great one to think about the winter coming, where you just need a little bit more. It's a fabulous oil for that. Now, this morning, I had a lot going on before the call. It's also known for its calming effects. So what I did was I put a little on the roof of my mouth with my thumb, actually, this morning, but I just did that now. And I just held it there for a second because it's really just a delightful little balancer, you know. It's safe internally, aromatically, and topically. So that's a great thing. And topically, it's been known for some really fabulous skin benefits, and for preventing, because of the antibacterial, anti-spasmodic, it's for skin and things like that. And those little tingly kind of things we get on our lips, if you just kind of like put a little drop on that, just delicious. Now, you might, if you have sensitive skin, remember these are straight up oils, so you might want to put it in a little fractionated coconut oil or olive oil, whatever you have. But just to be safe, when you're putting it on these areas that might be a little more sensitive, great thing to do. There was some studies that were done in 2004, and I have the sightings if anybody is ever interested in it. When some of our cells go a little wonky in our body, Melissa oil has been known to have a reduction in those cells. Also, as far as metabolism and things like that, how we process fatty acids and how we metabolize, there's also been fabulous studies of how to build up some of these healthy fats in our body. So one thing you always want to, I just mentioned a second ago about using it as a carrier oil. There is, they just say because of some of the properties, maybe during pregnancy to avoid this oil. But it is beneficial, like I said, for the skin, for that wintry day, maybe where you just need that little bit of uplifting, balancing different cells in your body. If the forgetfulness, you can use it. If you're going to use it for skin, you can put it in your moisturizer. You can, even if there's different areas, you know, not only for a little bubbly tingling on your skin, on your lips, you can use it on your skin. But I like to make my own lotion. We've talked about that before. And if I have something particular going on that I know oil has benefits for, I will use it. Now, Sandy, you said something, the forest oil. I never can remember the name of it without the bottle in front of me. I used that. I had some gentlemen that wanted some of my soap. I used that forest oil in soaps last week. So we can use these oils in so many different ways to benefit ourselves. Some of the chemical constituents in citronal, gergonile, Sandy, feel free to always help me, nerol, and germaserine are the chemical therapeutic compounds in Melissa. And when I like to do sometime when I'm feeling a little nerdy, I like to just look up some of these and see really how they react. And when you understand on that level, you get the powerfulness of these oils. And a few years ago, as I remember, doTERRA ran out of Melissa oil. And doTERRA being the largest provider of essential oils, from my understanding, in the world, they had said that they were going to be out of it, and they were out of it for a couple of years. So all these different essential oil companies had contacted doTERRA, and doTERRA, because they're so fabulous in their studies, they researched some of the oils that people had said, they could maybe work with, and they weren't as pure as doTERRA oils. But because of the integrity of this company, they did not waver on substituting the purity and the quality of this Melissa oil for something. They would rather be short of it than compromise that. And I have so much respect for a company that would rather not profit off of an oil, wait for their resourcing to be back intact, and then give us the fine value that they have. So I remember that from a couple years ago, and I always hold them high esteem for that. We can certainly trust their research on that. So the other oil, Guaiacwood, is a very interesting oil. And I think that was out because I thought I had some of this, but I don't. And I ordered it and it's not in on time. So Roxanne was going to save me on this one and show you her oil. But it's a tree that grows in clusters, and it's very dense wood. And it's one of the trees that's the densest in the world. And the wood is so dense that, in fact, it sinks in the water. And one log of this Guaiacwood can burn all night long. It's just amazing, the density of it. Oh, they are perfect. Yes, I'm all out of it. So I must have loved it, obviously. Thank you so much, Sandy. So due to the high oil content in the initial oxidation of this, when it's cut, the wood turns like this deep, rich blue for a time, and then it kind of like fades away. doTERRA's Guaiacwood oil has over 90% sesquiterpene oil, alcohols. And sesquiterpenes are known for stabilizing and soothing. So how do we not need that within our body, So the two sesquiterpenes that make up Guaiacwood are guaiacwood oil and belenosol. Sandy, I'm sure you can help me on that, which are uncommon and are not present in very many other essential oils. So this oil has a unique chemistry that hasn't been seen in other essential oils. And my little Stella's dying to just say hello over here. But because of this unique chemistry, it just adds different benefits for us in another way. So it's also known as Palo Santo. And these, it's harvested, obviously, but they have some definite distinctions in it. Although the oils, they're similar, they have a different chemistry, so therefore the scent of the oil is just a little bit different. But more importantly, their availability, because of the uniqueness of this, it has to be harvested sustainably and ethically. And I believe I had some other notes when I was looking this up. It took doTERRA 5 years to get this, so they felt like they could source it, provide it to us in a sustainable, equitable, ethically way. And other companies, if you look into it, you'll see that that wasn't the case. And I like to research other companies too, because people will question me about it. So I want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to give false information. So it has a long history of that illegal harvesting. So thank you again, doTERRA, for partnering with good companies to help us have this oil. It's been used in Native American cultures for wellness for a long time. It's grown in Paraguay, in very impenetrable forest. And believe it or not, I didn't realize this, but God bless you, Sandy. There's like alligators and other critters that they really have to deal with when they go to get it. So I really respect their values in getting that done. It has this deep, rich, smoky aroma to it. I remember using it in, again, soaps for men that like that deeper flavor. And it's very grounding. And Sandy, when you talked about that second package of oils that we can get with the diffuser, I love those grounding oils. They are just so yummy. It's the only way. And this particular oil comes to my mind when I think about that. And because of the calming qualities of this particular oil, when you look back into the history and how they used it in meditation practices and spiritual practices, when you get it, and hopefully every one of you will, as soon as you smell it, you'll get that. And you can see why it would be beneficial for those who want to use it in meditation or things like that. It is blended with coconut oil because of the chemical constituents of it and the thickness of that oil. Again, this one is only used topically and aromatically. You do not use this one internally. And remember on your bottles to always look, because the supplemental facts doTERRA puts on every single bottle. So there's never a question whether they're safe to take internally or not. I had tried before, and I looked back, I have a book that I keep when I try different blends. And if I make a blend that is like, oh goodness, not so crazy about this one, I might add it to a little bit of Epsom salts and put it in my tub. I never waste a smell, because as soon as it goes in my bathtub, that smell's going to change, and I'm not wasting a drop of my precious oils. So that's what I do with my bad smell ones. However, ones I love to blend this with in my book was Spanish sage, which is really good for mentally, for uplifting you mentally. Wild orange, as we know, all the citrus oils are uplifting. So wild orange, because of the serotonin levels, makes us happy, right? So think about this grounding, but also uplifting with wild orange as well. And now Sandy was talking about oils at different times in the year. Mix this guaiacwood with 1 drop of cinnamon, 1 drop of cardamom, and 2 drops of the guaiacwood in your diffuser. Oh my goodness, delicious. Really, really great. So what was happening when they were sourcing it, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, because of the impenetrableness of this, it was really hard for a lot of these farmers to access this. And what they were doing, they were cutting down these trees, and they were going to start using their land for grass fields for cattle and things like that, because they had to make money. So because they partnered up with doTERRA to make it work, they now have been able to source what they have growing there in Paraguay on their own. So not only did it help all of us, it helped the future of these people, and it saved this at-risk Grand Cargo Forest. It's one of the most biologically diverse areas in the world. So because doTERRA has partnered with them, we're also saving something that's really precious to us. So again, I just can't say enough about this company and what they do. My DIY for today is back to my tub. You can tell I'm a lover of essential oil Epsom salts baths. We're going to make a Guaiacwood bath salt with the sweet woody aroma and kind of rosy as well. So we're going to take 1 cup of Epsom salts. Now, one thing with Epsom salts, somebody the other day, I told them to take an Epsom salts bath because it's very drawing. They only had the lavender Epsom salts. I don't recommend that. Myself, I like just plain Epsom salts because a lot of times if you buy something that's already flavored, it's mostly synthetic. It's not as pure. So we have delicious lavender oil. If you want a lavender Epsom salt, go right to your own little essential oil box and grab your own. The other ingredient in this is baking soda. I keep mine in a container. So we're going to have 1 cup of Epsom salts, a 1/2 cup of baking soda. Sandy can hold up her 10 drops of guaiac oil. Thank you very much, Sandy. Perfect, thank you. And Roman chamomile, 5 drops of that. Now, also, if you want to feel extra pretty in the tub, I like to add a little bit of lavender flowers. And oh God, that's so delicious. This was from my garden this year. And they just float on the top. You just can't ever beat that. I have learned that if I'm making soap, if it's a lavender soap too, I don't put the flowers because if people use it on their face and they have a beard or their hair, the flowers get caught in them. I learned that the hard way. So anyways, blessings to you all. I hope this information has been helpful. I hope you get both the product of the month, which is Guaiacwood, and then the Melissa, which I believe is 10% off. And remember, your product of the month, you have to have 125 PV, which is so easy to do. So God bless and have a wonderful month, everybody. Thank you so much.
Dr. Marie, thank you again. And I apologize for dropping the ball. My Guaiacwood was at the bottom of a bag. I just taught classes on Wednesday and Thursday out of town and I hadn't unpacked it. And I'm so sorry. I told you I'd have it. And I need 1,000 lashes by a wet noodle, right?
No,
So
all you need is the Melissa oil and your sister to help us out. We got it.
that's right. That's right. We are quite the team, aren't we? So today, what I'm going to be talking about, and thank you again, Sandy, for all that you gave us today on those Reset Your Home kits. And thank goodness doTERRA allows us to order 1 enrollment kit a month, as long as we wish, as long as we are members. So that's a good thing because the enrollment kits always save us money because they're bundling things. And when they bundle things, they do save us money. So the first thing I'm talking about today is MetaPWR Mito2Max. I had to look twice at the label, and this is now called the Energy and Stamina Complex. And you've heard of it, I know you have. And people will take 2 Mito2Max capsules when their energy levels are down or while they're studying to help increase mental energy. This product has changed a little bit. It certainly did because current science and research helped the doTERRA product development team understand new information so products can continue to improve. The formula enhancement and rebranding give Mito2Max renewed purpose and provide you with greater support. The new ingredients focus on healthy metabolic function and cellular energy production. And that has revised our old favorite for the energy blend into a strong addition for our MetaPWR system. And remember, MetaPWR stands for Metabolism, Personal Wellness Realized. And one of my newest customer is telling me she is feeling better already. And so she buys that label of that system quite a bit. So the Mito2Max Energy and Stamina Complex is a proprietary formula of standardized plant extracts and metabolic cofactors that support healthy cellular energy production. Research suggests the ingredients in MetaPWR Mito2Max may improve stamina, decrease fatigue, and support metabolic performance. Metabolism is our use of energy. And hence, it has a lot to do with anti-aging. Now, the new additions in this blend include, excuse me, pyrroloquinone, quinone, or they call it PQQ. So when you hear PQQ, it stands for that big long name. Acetyl L-carnitine, acetyl L-carnitine, ALC, and coenzyme Q10 can help improve energy and metabolic function like never before. Studies show the chemical compound PQQ in the Mito2Max may support mental cognition and memory. Wow, that's a biggie right there. It can also promote mitochondrial biogenesis to support energy production at the cellular level, which means it will make more mitochondria, which normally decrease as we age and really start to bottom out in our 40s and 50s. According to emerging clinical research, the acetyl L-carnitine and the coenzyme Q10 in Mito2Max may support energy production as well as mitochondrial and cardiovascular health. Now, these come in SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate free vegetable capsules. We don't ever want sodium lauryl sulfate in our bodies anymore. It used to be put in all the toothpaste. It used to be put in shampoos and things, but read your labels because it was in a compounded estradiol cream I got from the Walmart pharmacy. And when I saw that on the ingredient panel, I called my doctor. I said, I don't want that in my body, certainly not up my precious, delicate part of my body either. And so she had it compounded at a different pharmacy. Now, this complex has no harmful stimulants and does not contain milk, wheat, or animal products. So the MetaPWR, normally this metabolic blend would go for $44 by itself. But if you're bundling it with your Lifelong Vitality, and I don't know if it's probably also bundleable with your MetaPWR Advantage. So you want to look into bundling everything that you can to save you even more money. And I can't remember what it was. I tried to look up one of my old orders and I couldn't quite find the cost. It's maybe $19 or $29 instead of the $44. So the next thing I did want to tell you about today is that Harvest Spice, even though it is quite sold out, is still available for those times you wish for. Autumn is all about comfort and enchantment. And imagine cozy evenings in your home with the rich, spicy aromas that you wait for all year long. Harvest, just like that Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice. The Harvest Spice to me would be a comparable without the sugar stuff, right? Harvest Spice is the quintessential fall product, and it's here now. It went on sale last month, but it'll probably sell out this month. So you want to get that right into your order. Enhancing the spirit of the season with its rich combination of cinnamon bark, cedarwood, clove, nutmeg, and other uplifting essential oils. It's loved by countless people, and this oil blend is the perfect way to bring a comforting, welcoming atmosphere into our house and daily life. How can you use it? Well, you can diffuse it, obviously, to create a cozy, inviting feeling. You can be your own diffuser wherever you go. Dilute it with a tiny bit of fractionated coconut oil and wear it as a perfume on your skin. Or the way I like to add some of my oils, I will rub it into my hair, and my hair becomes my own diffuser as I go about my day. It doesn't make it feel greasy either. A third way you can use Harvest Spice is add a few drops to your DIY cleaning solutions for an aromatic boost that makes your home feel cozier, while also benefiting from the cleansing properties of cinnamon bark and clove. It's perfect for wiping down countertops, freshening up your living spaces, or spritzing on linens to keep the festive feeling going. And it is $28.50, so that's not a bad price for a 15 milliliter bottle. You can also, for a fourth way to use it, you can use it in fall craft projects like soap, lotion, non-toxic candles, or my easy DIY. And that is collecting some adorable pine cones, dry them in a low oven, your lowest possible, a few hours to kill anything from the outdoors. Then drip onto them, harvest spice onto them, and add it to a decorative bowl or a plate for your family gathering spot. And a fifth favorite way to use it would be putting it in your Epsom salt foot soak or tub bath for a lovely way to relax. So you people who don't have tubs, and a lot of condos don't have tubs now, they make them more accessible than a tub would be. So a foot soak will accomplish the same thing as your tub bath in terms of relaxing your whole body. And again, I think it's a lot healthier than a pumpkin spice latte. I did want to also give you a Diamond Club alert. There is a membership site Allie Van Sandbergen created with lots of great info in it. There'll be details around Diamond Club, so if you want to access it, reach out to Allie and she will connect you completely to her membership site. And that's part of our deal of belonging to doTERRA, and she is our upline. So you can email her, and I'll put this in our email replay, the email I'm going to make for you in a few minutes. You can email her at Allie, A-L-I, at replies, R-E-P-L-I-E-S .socialfox hyphen hosted, HOSTED.com. So Allie at replies.socialfoxhosted.com. And you want to help your friends get their wholesale accounts started or reactivated if they've been a year of no orders. And they can reactivate with no reactivation fee. How big a deal is that, right? They won't get the free peppermint reactivating this way, but they don't have the fee to pay up front. They'll get their free shipping and stack our promos when they place their qualifying PV order by the 15th. So for example, I'm going to tell you how to stack your promos. They can get a number of freebies just doing this. And you'd have to have the promo code. So I will include the promo code in our email as well. And that's the only way to get these freebies. So for 100 PV before the 15th with for 100 PV, they will get free shipping and they will get the reactivation with no fee. For 125 PV, they'll get before the 15th a free 15 milliliter of balance oil. And isn't that the wonderful oil to have on hand, right? And by identifying just a single item for monthly orders, which can be changed anytime, by the way, they're not locked into that. Just check off as a monthly order. That puts them into the LRP bonus. And that's what gets them the Guaiacwood. They can get the Guaiacwood as they enroll by the 15th. For 150 PV, they can choose a bonus of either a pebble diffuser, a hand wash and glass foaming dispenser, or the famous On Guard and Super Mint full-size toothpaste pair. For 200 PV, they also get a free adaptive touch roller. Imagine all of that for free for new enrollments as well as reactivations. So spread the word and they can get the best bang for their buck. Won't you be the best friend ever to get them all these freebies? And use your refer a friend link to help them look around and see what they might like. But remember, the promo code has to go in where it asks, do you have a promo code? And to get the enrollment freebies in our replay email. So Allie Van Zee will again be giving our team an LRP bonus hour of special guest with our 125 PV order by the 15th as a new enrollee or as a longtime enrollee. Last month, it was Dr. John Watts, who was very, very good. He's a real expert in vitamins and supplements, and he's a true champion of foundational wellness. I'm looking forward to this month's LRP bonus. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop the recording, but I want to remind you that if you want to get any of your non-compliant questions answered live with us three lovely ladies, be sure and join us on our next fun Zoom, and that will be October 19th. So I'm going to stop the recording and thank you again for joining us for more learning. Bye-bye.